quarterbacks that wore number 12 at one point or another. Is Aaron Rodgers going to play on Sunday? What's your guess?
Donnie, I thought he was going to play last week. I mean, based on what Mike said again this week, it seems like, he said they have great optimism on Tuesday. We saw that Aaron was full yesterday. I think what it comes down to, it's going to be a ball handling issue. Do you want to be in shotgun or pistol the entire game? Can Aaron handle the handoffs? I think that'll be something to watch. As far as him catching the ball and spinning it with his right hand, that's not going to be the issue. To me, it's the ball handling and, of course, the pass protection. You don't want him getting knocked down on Sunday, especially on a cold day where that thing can get re-injured. So if they can figure that out, if they feel comfortable with the progress, Aaron mentioned it's callousing, so I guess that's good. If they can get comfortable with that, I think he'll play. But again, I thought that last week as well.
I did too. Like I was on the pregame show. Kabali and I were yucking it up about his travel schedule and like him not spending money on Pat McAfee's dime when that news came down. And we were both stunned that Aaron Rodgers was not going to play in that game. And I just have I had the feeling this week, I know he practiced in full yesterday, which was a good sign. I had the feeling, though, earlier this week of less confidence in him playing this Sunday than I did this time last week, if that makes sense.
Really?
Yeah.
Just because, yeah. They're doing a good job. Sometimes stuff leaks out about injuries and, we get a pretty good idea. But, last week, Donnie, they made that decision on Saturday, and Mike didn't reveal it until CBS until like 2 hours before game time. Mm-hmm. So we all know. If you think back to, I think it was May or June or whenever. No, it was March when Aaron came here. How secretive Aaron wanted it to be. I think he's the same way with his injuries, and I think the Steelers are really buttoned up about this. And Aaron's privacy and the way he wants it is probably at the root of that.
Do we see any of the practice squad signings from weeks ago finally get elevated and make an appearance? That either being Marquez Valdez-Scantling or Asante Samuel Jr.
I wouldn't mind seeing MVS, but I don't get the sense that they're all gung-ho about doing that. The Samuel one is interesting because they are banged up at cornerback. They could probably use another body back there, with Joey Porter Jr. going down last week. So, the other reason that Samuel was interesting too is I'm sure he wants to play, and he's only on the practice squad. And we all know there were like 10 teams interested in him a couple of weeks ago. Any of those teams can swoop in and sign him to their 53. Now that would force the Steelers' hand, and maybe the Steelers at that point would sign him. So, but I just think for that reason that Samuel is probably a little bit more of a reality than MVS is. But Donnie, given the state of that passing game last week, I wouldn't mind seeing like another weapon out there, especially if Aaron plays. Aaron's got the history there, and maybe they could rediscover some of that magic.
Yeah.